Right, so basically what I've done is I've just recorded an entire video for basically 15 minutes and then not realised that realised that I'm not recording when I finish. So yeah, this is basically just a continuation or not a continuation really, it's a restart. So this is where I got to. This is where I got to last time. You made, yeah. Hello everyone, my name's Charlie Maidman. Welcome to my lesson on how to make a thick sounding bass for all you dirty drum and bass heads, or to be fair, you could use it on anything. Your creativity is needed. Yeah, so how to make a thick sounding bass on Vital. I'm going to start again. So first of all, what you want to do, open your door and you want to put Vital in. Once you've got Vital in, you'll be faced with your initial preset. Now, to make a thick bass, you want two oscillators. These are your oscillators. And the shape you want, so this thing here, for your first shape, you just want to click basic shapes, and that is a sine wave. Nice and simple. And the second one you want, oh, that sounds fat. Turn that down. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. There you go. Can cut that out. Maybe not. Oh, I'm not doing this again. So the second shape, you want to have a square wave, which is under pulse width. So at the moment, sounds like that. Now it's quite a thick sound, but it sounds too, it doesn't sound like the kind of reese bass you want. That sounds, too techy, too bitty. So you put a filter on. Filter obviously reducing the number of harmonics in your sound. Personally, I like to take the resonance all the way down. I don't really like resonance for some reason. Maybe I will in the future. But you also, because it's filter 1, you want the filter to be applied on oscillator 2 or your square wave. So you click filter 1 and you see it just dulls down the sound. So off, on. But that's not enough. You need to do more. You might turn the resonance up a little bit. Just to taste. So however you, the artist, want to do it. Also experiment with what type of filter. I might put a dirty one on just because we're making a dirty drum and bass sound. And pump that drive up because the drive gives it more volume, and more volume sounds better. Sometimes when you make a bass to start with, you might get like a clicking sound when you like first press a key. Now to get rid of that, just take the attack down. So it's not instant attack. It's not instant sound. It kind of goes up slightly. Yeah. So now you've got your oscillators set. You've got your filter. What next? I like to play with LFOs personally because they are cool, and that is the best answer I can give. Best explanation, rather. So what an LFO does essentially is it modulates the sound. So if we put these in 3D because it looks cool, if you put LFO1 on here, what you'll see happen is this. So that is the sound wave moving through the sound wave at this rate. So it's at a half a beat at the moment. So Yeah. See how these are in sync. But you don't want it to go all the way up and down because it's just a bit long. So bring the parameter down to about a quarter, maybe a bit more. It's however you want it to sound. Okay, that's sounding pretty good. And then I also want the same LFO on the filter, just so that it gives it a bit, modulates. But you don't want it to modulate that much on the filter. Just like that. So it sounds pretty cool. And I'm going to pump the drive up a bit more. Wow, that sounds pretty good. And yeah, with this LFO, you can also change how it modulates. At the moment, it's just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But you can change how that moves. So you could put a saw up, so it just goes up and straight back to the start. Put a sine, so it's more smooth up and down. It's absolutely how you want to do it. I'm going to put it on triangle just because it's easy. And this, the frequency, is how quickly it moves. So if you put it on 1/16, it's going to modulate very quickly. But if you put it on 4, it's very slow. So you want it, because it's D&B, you don't want a slow moving sound. You want it kind of in the middle. It's not donk, so you don't want that. You want it around a quarter or an eighth. But yeah, absolutely to taste. I'm just going to turn that down as well because yeah, that sounds all right. If it's too high, then it's more powerful than the sine wave. And the sine wave is where you get your kind of earthquake bass, really. If you just do that, yeah, more earthquake. But this gives the earthquake squareness. So you don't want it to overpower the earthquake. You just want it to sit nicely on top of it. I'm just going to bump that up a bit. Yeah, nice. So once you've got your main kind of patch, you've got your oscillators, you've got the filter, you've got your LFO on. What I like to do is go into effects, and here you've got a vast array of effects, and you can really have some fun with these. So I'm going to put a compressor, some distortion, and an EQ on. If I would do it one at a time. So a compressor basically just makes it louder. And the only way I can describe how a compressor works using my very limited knowledge of sound dynamics is, imagine if you've got a bottle and you compress it with air, you've got more air. So therefore, when you like release the seal, air is just going to go pumping out. Yeah. The way it works with sound is similar. So if you compress the sound into a bottle or a studio, you're going to have more sound. So, and the louder it is, the better. So this is without a compressor. Do that one so you can hear it. With a compressor, yeah, sounds a bit like maybe got too much mid there. Maybe not enough. Maybe more. There you go. So this is the low frequency, mid, and high, and it's basically how much more low, mid, and high you're letting in. So that sounds fucking. Oh, keep swearing. bad habit, man. Bad habit. But yeah, sounds fat. Put some distortion. Oh, whoops. Didn't want to do that. Put some distortion on as well. I'm going to use Bit Crush because it sounds nice. And also post filter. Reduce that resonance. So we are clipping right now, but only just. That sounds pretty good to me. I might actually just turn that down, these down a little bit. But it's absolutely artist preference. And then maybe EQ, just so we can give it a bit more grunt, a bit more oomph. Yeah, so that's sounding like something you want to hear over the top of some drums, maybe a nice vocal or something. Yeah, apologies for swearing again. But yeah, pretty much that is how you make a nice sounding bass line. Now, if we play that over the top of some drums, which I've got, here's some I made earlier. Sounds alright. But obviously you need to, do some more experimenting. But yeah, that is pretty much it. That's how you make it. So oscillators, filter, LFO, and some nice effects to give it some wow. Give it some wow factor, mate. And yeah, that is it. Hopefully this has actually worked because I don't want to have to do this again. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.